something I'm giving.
Hey, I'm Dylan with Oscillator, and in this video I want to tell you why I deleted all my plugins and why you should too. Let's go. Do you remember when you first started producing music? Everything felt new and exciting. The blank project was just like a magical landscape where anything was possible. You barely knew how to do anything, and yet it was so much fun because everything was a new discovery. There's something that we miss when we've been producing for a while and it feels like we've gotten stuck in a rut and we just do the same thing every time.
Who can relate?
So I'm here today to tell you it doesn't have to be this way. Allow me to recommend to you that you delete all your plugins. This is just an experiment to rediscover what it felt like to be a new producer if you are feeling like stuck and like you only do the same thing every time. So let me show you what I did.
D.E.L.E.T, that's how the internet spells delete.
This idea actually came to me by accident. No, I did not just drag a folder with all of my plugins into the trash can. In reality, my laptop has been giving me all sorts of problems, just shutting down randomly. Not fun. One thing that I tried is just completely wiping the entire hard drive, just going full Hillary Clinton on this thing.
Did you wipe the server?
What, like with a cloth or something?
I don't know.
So once I wiped the whole machine, I was planning on spending a few hours, reinstalling all of my plugins. Just takes forever, but you have to do it, right? But I hadn't gotten to that yet. And I was feeling inspired with this melody idea. I wanted to add a little bit of reverb, and I went to pull up my vintage verb, and I realized it's not there. So instead of grabbing my serial number and doing all that, I wanted to stay in the creative flow. So I just pulled up a hybrid reverb from Ableton Live and threw it on there. And I actually created something totally different than what I would have done had I used the vintage verb that I always use on everything. So I kept producing, and then it happened again with some distortion on a bass. I love Output's thermal distortion engine. It wasn't there. I haven't reinstalled this yet either. So what do? The thing I love about Output's thermal is that it has this distortion thing, plus it uses a lot of movement. So I said, okay, let's put a pedal distortion on this bass, and then maybe I can automate the gain to create a little bit of movement like I would have gotten from the Output thermal. Do you see where I'm going with this? Removing all of your go-to plugins makes it so that you have to think a little bit more creatively about what you're trying to accomplish when you're producing. There's a phrase that designers and artists use that I found to be really helpful, and that is design comes from constraint. Removing all your go-to plugins is a really helpful way to create that constraint. So if you'd like to try this, this is what we're gonna do. Step 1, make a list of all your third-party plugins. Step 2, highlight all of the plugins that you think you use all the time. And then step 3, we're gonna start producing. You'll notice that you'll be tempted to pull up certain plugins that you're used to relying upon. Make a note of what comes up in your mind that you're tempted to pull up. So at the end of this exercise, when you're finished making a song, you'll have a list of plugins that you miss. Then you can go through that list and ask yourself, do I really miss these plugins, or are they just a crutch that I was relying upon? It's like my safety blanket. You may find that you're rediscovering some of that initial joy that you felt when you first started producing because it feels a little bit more challenging and new and unknown.
Am I still streaming?
If you're feeling stuck, try this out. And if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up, which helps other people discover my channel. Subscribe right here. And here's a video that YouTube thinks you'll like. So see if they're right. See you guys next time. Go make some music.